There we go. Now we're live. Of course, I forgot my tripod today. So I'm making one up. I think we might look better down here. There we go. Okay, everybody. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think that's working. We're on, guys.
Well, there you are.
Well, good afternoon.
Already see her.
Yes, live
Blends in.
from DJ's in Monticello. It's all about the green. Our tech guy Jay is here today, Don. So
Tech.
he's got us.
Comedy.
He's got us all set up. I'm not sure if we're giving him a mic today or not. Was that on the program?
I'm taking one.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just taking one.
Well, that's the way it usually works.
That's right.
So today is, we're getting my head thing adjusted. Yeah, there we go. Well, today is Tuesday. It is all about the green in Monticello.
It is, and again, we want to welcome people to the show as we do this every week. And as soon as Jay gets done playing with his toys over there.
Well,
But before we do that, let's talk DJ stuff. Here.
well, DJ stuff, yeah. We should talk our famous barbecue.
That would be the
Camp Chef.
Camp Chef, yes. What else is there?
And then we got our famous gas stoves, which are Cozy Heat, Empire,
Oh man, this place falls
Blaze.
apart when I'm not here to talk.
Blaze King.
Ooh, you guys are painful. Listen,
Oh.
nobody wants to hear about that right now.
They don't.
No, heck no. I've been
Okay.
gone for 2 weeks. What do you think they want to hear about?
Dumpy, get out his ball.
They want to hear about me.
Well, here comes Karen. Watch out. She's got a heck of a karate chop.
Well, that's good, but I just got back from a 2-week expedition.
2-week expedition.
Yes, to
Yeah.
Colorado.
To Colorado. How much did you smoke?
My engine did not, which is good. Although, get this, I brought that battery bank out and installed it. We had a few technical difficulties, and I got to go back and finish that up. But the last day getting to his house, my truck died on the freeway 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Hiccup, cough, and boom, it's done. So I got to roll over to the side in the middle of tons of traffic, wait a couple of minutes, it fired up. About 10 minutes later, same thing, hiccup, cough, it done. I'm like, what the heck? And then it happened again about 5, and then after that, it didn't happen anymore. How's that for odd?
Well, you're going through a part of the nation where there's spirits.
The spirit, I didn't think of that. I'm on you with it. It could be something like that, but most spirits like the super duper Chevy. So that's usually not the issue, but I'm wondering maybe I didn't get a bad tank of gas.
Well, when you get that high, there ain't no such thing as Chevy spirits, just so you know.
Oh no, Chevy spirits rule this country. Are you kidding me? There are dead wrecks haunting this country everywhere.
You're living in Ford country.
No, boy. Found on the road dead, right?
So anyhow,
Or fix or repair daily.
fix and repair daily. When they get enough miles, they're gonna need it.
Hey, I got over 280,000. But the thing is, it fired back up, it got me there, and then I didn't have another problem on the whole way back. In fact, I got a mile per gallon better this trip than I ever have.
Well, there again, I think it comes back to what I first said.
The spirits are with me.
No, how
They're
much were
with
you,
me.
how much were you smoking? That's what the first thing I said.
That was irrelevant to how the truck ran.
Yeah.
Completely irrelevant. And by the way, it's completely legal out there,
Well, not in the truck.
No, just out there. I mean, unlike others, do you know they've decriminalized, I think, just about all drugs in Colorado? Even heroin, they've decriminalized them. How's that for crazy?
Well, if you're a heroin guy, you would say that's not crazy. That's a great deal.
Well, I've always been a fan. Oh, look out. The big star is going through quick. I've always been a big fan of decriminalizing everything and regulating it, because then if you're going to a regulated place to get whatever substance you are, whether or not it's alcohol, coffee, heroin or whatever, then you know it's safe, as opposed to what's going on these days.
Well, I don't know if I would know it was safe, karate chop.
No, it's not going to be laced with fentanyl. You know what they used to do with marijuana is they dip the joints in that embalming fluid.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. It's like, man, who needs to play games like that, right? If you want a beer, do you want a beer that's got a little bit of wood alcohol in it for fun? Heck no. Heck no. So it's the same kind. That's always just kind of been my thought. You know, it's better just to make sure everybody's safe with everything they have.
Well, I think it would be
Better cause a
a
problem.
great idea to have swords welded to the front of your bumper and on your side doors and everything else.
So you're all about Mad Max.
No,
You're all about the end of the world.
No, I'm just trying to make a point that maybe common sense would maybe rule the day, and we don't need all that stuff.
Well, you know, if
And so-
only. But what's the one problem with that? People are people, and people are going to do what people are going to do.
Well, they're going to do it either way. So
That's
if-
right.
So if they can buy it a little cheaper because it's in the black market, they're doing that already.
Sometimes.
Yeah, all the time.
Sometimes. No. With this legalization of marijuana in many places, it's really changed that philosophy.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, we don't need all that other crud.
It's already here.
Yeah,
now.
I know. I don't need it legalized. Maybe you can make the right decision, but a lot of people can't. So I prefer.
A lot of people are already making the wrong decision.
Well, there again, let them keep making it. I'm not going to bless it.
No one asked you to. No one
Okay.
asked. But anyways, I went out there. We got everything installed. If you're watching my YouTube channel, I did a video every day for an update to show what was going on. And I do have to get back out there to finish it up. But it was a very interesting trip in bringing a battery back. This guy's got a cool house up on a hill overlooking. And you know what he's got sitting right out on front on the edge of the cliff? An
What?
old D2 Dozier.
Oh, wow.
And it runs. I mean, he's got some cool stuff out there.
Drive it over the side. Drive it over the side.
No. You know, it's a piece of art now. Especially the fact that it runs.
Yeah, well, drive it over the side. Drive it over the
Listen
side.
to you. No, he's got an old grader sitting down, old grader, and a bunch of other stuff. It's pretty fun place to visit. But you know what was crazy? The last day when I had to go back to his house, I'm up in the mountains and I'm cruising and it's just beautiful. 75, 78 degrees. I came down out of the mountains. I'm like, Jesus, what's wrong with my air conditioning? I couldn't fit, and I looked, and went from 78 to 98 in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what the mountains give you.
Holy cripes, was it hot then? So it wasn't my air conditioning, it was the weather.
The weather does it every time from mountain down to the bottom.
The weather pretty much does it whenever it wants to, no matter what the weather wants to do, huh?
I know I was in Hawaii, down by the ocean, it was hot. You drive up the mountainside, and it was just right.
You know what we did when I was in the Navy? Remember them Suzuki Samurais?
Yep.
We got there and we're walking around looking for something to do, like a bunch of idiots with nothing, you know, with a paycheck in their pocket and don't want to start drinking yet, kind of thing. We walked by this place and they're renting Suzuki Samurais for $25 a day.
And did you do that?
Oh heck yeah! We got 4 of them. We got 2 of them for the 4 of us, and we went all around the island.
Oh yeah. Were you in the back seat or the front seat?
I'm always a driver now, always driving. So yeah, I was driving. It was a good time. It was a very unique experience to be able to have that kind of freedom and control, and for only $12.50 a piece plus gas and whatever else, right?
No, it wouldn't have been no fun for me if you were driving.
Oh yeah, it was still okay. I wasn't quite so crazy back then.
Well-
It kind of keeps getting worse as I get older. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I do.
Some people settle down. I'm not going to, I guess. So I've got something for you, Don.
Yeah, what'd you bring me?
I did a little bit of research. Now, I figured out, and I have been attending Enphase University,
Oh yeah.
which they make microinverters and battery banks and all that kind of stuff for solar now.
Yep.
And I was attending Enphase University, and I found out how to hook up the battery banks. I'm certified now. How to hook up a generator to it. And do you know Midwest Generator up here in Monticello?
I don't know him personally.
They knew of you. They knew of AM 1360 KRWC, Joe.
Well, that doesn't surprise.
Yeah, Joe says that doesn't surprise him. I'm gonna have lunch with the guy next week, and we're gonna kind of work out a deal because he's installing these Generac and other generators everywhere, and he's got people asking about batteries and renewable, and he doesn't want nothing to do with it. He just wants to do what he's good at. So, which is good because I've got a client, like remember we talked last time, he wants to install the battery bank so he can buy electricity at 4 cents a kilowatt hour and use it when it's 21 cents.
Yeah.
And save that much money. And he wants a generator too, and it turns out that the Generacs are the best, most programmable generators to throw in the mix here. So anyways, as I called them and was talking, we came to the realization that we could really help each other out. Because I don't have to worry about generators. They can deal with that whole end for me. Load calculations, all that fun stuff. But then I can deal with the other end, the battery banks and the solar. Anyways, because I'm not sure, do you have a generator at your house?
No,
You thinking of getting one?
no,
Why not?
don't need one.
What if the power goes up
Not a problem.
for a long time?
I'll learn to jungle it.
Jungle, well, that's not true because we're gonna help you out. We were talking about, and you said you were interested in your own battery bank to buy at night,
Oh yeah, that might work.
right? Well, I found 2 different tracking systems I think Don's gonna like. And I'm showing him, and I think one of them's more of an industrialized, been around a while, but it costs more. The other appears to be people like you and me who are making this stuff on their own and selling it not on the black market, but on the undermarket through Etsy and other stuff. Not the normal means, but they've got good quality equipment. So you can stick maybe 2.5 to 3 kilowatts on each of these. So maybe we can, here's my big idea for you, Don.
Okay.
How you stick it to the power company. You interested in doing that?
No, I'm just interested in
No, making money out of it.
making money.
Well, it's sticking it to the, 'cause what's the power company interested in? They're interested in making money too. That's the whole thing. So, we get you this battery bank, we buy you the energy at night, charge it up, and we use it during the day, and we put solar in. Now, they'll only let you put so much solar in if you go on their program, but you can put in more, up to 40 kilowatts if you don't want to go on their program. And you can sell them the electricity at the retail rate. So you're going to be buying it at the cheap rate at night and selling it back to them at the retail rate during the day. How does that sound for turning the tide or twisting the clock the other way?
Interesting.
So that's what I'm thinking for you, because you're the kind of guy that can wrap your hands around an ingenious stick it to the power company scheme like this.
Yeah, I think they would have something to say about that.
No, there are so many things you can put into 40 kilowatts and you can buy power at night. There's nothing that prevents one from the other from happening.
Well,
So you just be smart about it and take advantage of the power loophole right now. Be one of the first people to take advantage. You're grandfathered in like everybody else who does. And when they finally figure out how they're losing and change it, you still get to have what you have. That's what I'm thinking.
now this picture here, is that array $7,000?
No, that's just for the tracking system.
And this tracking system is how much?
That one's 4,000.
So what's the difference?
One's a little smaller. Like I said earlier, one's more of an industrial, it's been around for a while, and the other's more of a garage mechanic kind of deal. Although they're using quality product. You know, a nice galvanized pipe and this and that. To me, I'd go with the cheaper one, and I'd install. I think the bigger one there can fit a few more solar panels on it, which makes it a little more cost efficient that way.
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
See now, the people on YouTube can see this right now, but the people on the radio can't. Don's head is kind of like smoking a little. There's smoke coming out from under the ear muffs and stuff, because this is such a good idea. It's twisted, because if there's one thing Don likes, it's taking advantage of what he sees as an opportunity and making money. That's why you do your stock market thing, right?
Now he's putting words in my mouth though.
No.
Yeah.
I'm merely commenting on what I see happening.
So anyhow, we have a tracking system here that he looked up for me. So anybody who's interested, I will have these brochures or pictures at DJ's.
What's the name?
DuraTrack.
DuraTrack. US made,
Yes.
US made. And they had some $600 Chinese mades. I was thinking of bringing that, just so you could laugh.
Yeah.
And one of the comments of the reviews was, it rattles in a 5-mile-an-hour wind. I hope the wind doesn't blow harder. So,
I have to take that to the city now to see if they'll approve it.
oh, they'll approve whatever we need to do. That's not the issue.
They,
The issue is, what do you want to do first, and let's move forward. The issue is, are you gonna do it before the price of solar and everything else starts catching up? And the crazy thing is, Enphase has this thing called a combiner box that you run all your strings of solar panels into. They're getting to be hard to find now. Just like hot tubs, just like other stuff, some of this stuff's getting hard to find, and you gotta jump on it when you can. I got a couple of them sitting in my house because I saw a good deal and bought them. Knowing I'd use them, but still.
so, there we go, for the solar information from,
The turbine guy.
the turbine guy.
Turbine guy coming back at you.
Yes, I do believe that, those types of systems are gonna get more popular.
Well, and that's why the generator guy wanted to talk to me, because as we were talking, I'm going, I really have a feeling this part's going to explode. And you know what the big reason why is? Because not only did they increase the tax credit from 26 to 30% for solar, geothermal, and all this other stuff, right? But they finally included standalone battery banks. So now standalone battery banks can get that as well. And I think that makes a big difference. Big difference.
I got one quick question. How far off the ground are those?
They're typically, the pole mounts are typically about 6 to 8 feet tall, the poles themselves.
So you'll be able to mow underneath it?
Absolutely. The cows can roam, the sheep can eat, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're great. There's a farm out on Highway 12, out past Litchfield, where the guy's got 3 big tracking systems. And everything just roams around them. They're there, they do what they do, and everything roams around. But then if I'm going down south on 169, there's this big area where they've got like 12 tracking systems, and only 4 of them are working.
So, and what we're talking is ground mount systems.
Ground mount solar.
Not on the roof, ground mount.
Right. Which is illegal in Orno. Orno decided that ground mount systems are illegal for solar power.
Oh, yeah. And here we got some customers here.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Who's hot.
Well, it's all we have our customers here.
Yep. They just came in from the blacktop area.
There you go. Well, it's a constant flow. I know you can't see it because of the way the camera's aimed, but there's people coming and going all the time. And, the crowd we usually have watching us is a little bigger than this.
Yeah.
Usually.
It's usually DJ employees.
No, the DJ employees are the ones scurrying for the raffles. They don't want to be on. I don't know why.
So let's get back to some of DJ stuff.
Geothermal.
Well, geothermal would be one of the
Right behind you here. This is all geothermal.
water furnace.
There you go.
Number 1 geothermal system, I believe, in the country.
So what's the big deal about water furnace?
What's a big deal about water furnace? 400 plus efficiency.
400%?
400 to maybe even 500, depending
Wait
on
a minute, how could something be 400% efficient?
Yeah, it's kind of like a solar panel.
That's what we're
See,
looking at.
Solar
No,
panel,
it's
wait, no, let me.
Solar panels are 90-some% efficient.
No, they're like 27% efficient.
Well,
And here we are, 400% efficient. So, once again,
Where mine is
it
located.
depends on if they're facing the sun the whole
Going to
time,
have
which is why we want to do this dual axis
Put some
tracking.
30-degree.
Then they are a lot more efficient. But this geothermal is always the same efficiency,
yep, pretty much stays the same.
no matter what.
Place on there.
And you can heat a house with
I'm gonna
40-degree
need 2 of
water.
them. One
You got it.
How's that for
Get
nothing?
over with
It'd be
rafters,
crazy.
and
And
once I
then,
do
what do you
that,
do when
it'll
you're
come
gonna do
out
that?
right
Don't you run your
heat on that,
geothermal at night with the cheap
over back.
electricity?
Well, you might be able to run it with cheap electricity all the time if you do it right.
Sure. Sure, but from what I understand, a lot of them do their main recharge at night.
I'm gonna need.
Not so much the
that's the thing, I'm not
geothermal,
sure
but you got off-peak rates
much
depending on
the
power
elbow
company
is
you're
gonna
on
add to
determines
my
your rate
stack, you know what I
and
mean?
whether or not the gas furnace kind
I'm
of
gonna have to come
comes
up,
on when
I'm gonna come up with a 2-foot.
when the unit
go
is
around the
looking
rafter,
to
I don't
shut
know
off because they're
what it's gonna
peaking
add.
the power
And
for
then a
an
couple
hour or so,
4
and
foots,
then
another
gas
one
comes
to
on,
get
and then
back.
the geo
And then I
comes
don't know
back
if
on
I
when the
pulled
peaking's
a
done.
4 foot or a
Makes your
3 foot.
power
I don't
company more
know my
efficient.
exact measurement.
Besides having
'Cause
the
it
most
depends on what
efficient piece of
that
equipment out there.
stack is.
Sure.
On how
Now,
much
if you really wanna
that
be
costs.
efficient, don't you
Yeah,
have
I don't-
solar on your house to
I don't know
power it?
how much that
Let
would
me
add.
And then you don't have to wait for electricity from the grid?
Well, the day's coming where that's probably all gonna be happening.
Well, it is happening.
Well, I haven't.
It just hasn't come together yet.
Well, that's what I mean. The day's gonna come where it's gonna be more commonplace.
Yeah, it's people like me that piece that stuff together right now when people have those projects.
So,
So how long have you had geothermal systems in?
since the 80s.
80s, and still running?
Lots of them are, some of them are, I would say from the 80s, they're pretty much getting, gone now, about 40 years worth, so.
That's a long time.
I got one we're pulling out in a couple weeks that's been in since the 80s and.
Aren't they just gonna replace
No,
it?
it's still running, but no, they're going in an old folks home and the new people wanna have natural gas, so,
Oh, geez.
so I'm gonna give them natural gas.
That's insane.
Yeah, well,
Give me something that's gonna have an escalating price
I'm
content.
gonna guess that you are.
So,
looking at-
everybody's different, go with the flow.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, do what your customer wants, and you know, that's why I've been attending Enphase University, because I have customers
So
that
that
call
would
me
be
for stuff.
from here.
But you
to
deal
here.
with that all the
Yes.
time, with your air conditioners, with your fireplaces,
Well,
with
yeah,
your
I'm gonna go with a
barbecues,
foot
everything.
between to get
That
me
brings
over
that
far
up,
enough.
fireplace season. Service for fireplaces is getting heavy already.
Oh, I bet.
And there's not enough people out there to
Yeah.
service all the fireplaces that
Or
are
to
out there.
service anything.
So do not plan
I believe
on
the
waiting till
estimate,
Thanksgiving,
was
it's too late,
for-
it's too late,
Now,
now.
so what do? Do they sign up to your program, or what do they
Well,
do?
you call in and
Three-
get on the schedule, and then learn to
3
get on it
48
every year if
inches.
you want your glass cleaned and the thing to run properly all
And
winter
it
long.
has one 3 foot
And
in
clean
there.
it up.
People don't understand that things like
36
fireplaces,
inches is one of those.
furnaces, air conditioners,
Okay.
even
So
barbecues
then
need
you're gonna
maintenance.
need. so if
Maintenance,
you did
and especially when they're in your
one,
living
two,
room, you want them to
three
look good.
4-footers.
So, you
Yeah.
should be calling, don't wait till the last minute.
I think
Yeah, yeah.
with
I
the
completely agree with
addition of
that.
this, if this
You
is
know, that there's
9,
only so
you know,
much,
then this,
so much
it might-
time
this
left,
only
like you're
have to be
saying,
a
and
3
there's
foot.
so few people willing to work these days, huh?
So
Well, it's,
down
it's
to
interesting how the world
Take- yeah,
ticks,
4 footers
so,
down to
but
2.
if you want your fireplace to take, call now.
And then you
Call
have your
now,
3
or if you want a
And a 3
fireplace.
foot.
Not a 2-foot on here.
Or if you want a
Yeah, I'm gonna
fireplace,
have to
call.
have
763-497-2661. Joe actually jumped out of his seat. He jumped out. He
And
jumped
two-
out.
the number.
763-497-2661. Give a call up here to DJ's, get on the dang list, say what you need, right?
Yep, and now it's
Everything else
garage
should
time,
be
right?
what
So
he
you gotta
has
be
here.
looking for the heater for your garage, don't wait till it's super cold.
So I got a question for you.
Yes,
I got a client who's got one of them big dogs in
The
his
only thing I
garage, and
don't
it's got a
see is,
1/2-inch
well,
pipe coming to it,
should we order
and he
the
wants to
glass
run a
doors
generator
already?
outside. Does he need to run a whole new
Well,
gas
put
pipe to
glass
that?
doors on
Probably.
it.
That's what I figured.
Okay.
yeah, it depends on what size the generator is, but half isn't enough, depending on how far it goes and whether it's high pressure gas. or-
Yeah, well, it's LP about 60
Everything
feet.
else
Yeah,
has
but
to
you better be
be
running a new line.
good on
Yeah, that's what I figured. He's got knockouts for it down in the basement, and with where he is set up, that new flex line's real nice to run, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, it sure simplifies things.
So, and then, so the garage heaters are a good time to start dealing with it now. Your wood stove for in the 4-season porch, we talked to a gal today, needs one for a 4-season porch, they're adding on, and they wanna do it with wood.
I had a brother who did that. He put a little addition on his house, and there was really no way to
And
get
this
the
is
heat
just
out to
over
it.
the counter
So
to where
boom,
you're
put a little
purchasing and
standalone
installing.
fireplace out there, gas powered, and they go out there, and within 2-3 minutes, it was warmed up.
Yep, very nice.
Yep.
And, a lot of people we happen to have wood stoves in stock now. All the wood stoves we have are the ones that I believe are getting the 30% tax credit from the federal government.
30%.
And that includes, it's 2630, and depending on exactly how the writing came out on the new law, but,
I think it's 30, but don't do it. I'm not an accountant.
yeah,
New copy of
so
this you
Okay.
can look it over.
you get 30% on the installation, all the
So-
material, chimney, everything.
So let's say someone wanted one of these standalones, just an average one. How much is it gonna cost to install?
Probably, depending if you take the smaller one with the chimney, and depends how long your chimney is, so it's hard to really give a price. But I'd say you're at 6,000, and if the chimney's long, it's gonna be more.
So, but let's say 6,000. All of a sudden the government steps in, right?
Yep,
30%?
30%.
And then how much is it?
Well, you take 30% off, so
yeah,
every
the
1,000
doors
you
on
get,
there. And then
$300,
yeah,
right?
the doors.
Six
That's right.
times, 30 is what? 1,800, so you get $1,800 back.
So all of a sudden it's only 4,800.
Right, and it doesn't seem like these things are gonna get cheaper.
No, it doesn't seem like anything's gonna get cheaper.
Well, they came out this morning, the CPI was 2/10 higher than what they estimated, and they took the market down 1,200 points.
That's not why the market went down, because it finally went down.
No, it triggered it, it was
This
200,
one, I'm not sure.
it was 200 ahead
I'm
before
not
that
sure
came
one of
out.
these-
And so they know the Fed's gonna start laying more interest rates out there. The market was ready to go up. In fact, the market had 3-4 more days up, but they took that away.
Isn't the government, doesn't it seem like the
It's
government's
gonna be
intent on
6
punishing the
months.
citizens?
Well, that's exactly what they're
I mean,
doing.
I don't know how else to put it.
Don't
The
even-
government, US government certainly appears to be intent on punishing us
Yep.
for living our life here.
Well, what they should be
Well, I was
doing
gonna say
is
worst case
getting
scenario,
energy
I
cheaper,
reach
and
out
that
to
means
them
you
and
gotta
find
find a
out.
ways to get it,
And
not
then I
shutting
can
any
give
of
you
it
guys a call
down,
and let
having
you
it
know
all.
if you're planning on
But
doing
in
a
fact, when
card
all these
for
presidents
me,
ran, they all said all of above. Then when you get in, it ain't all of above.
Well, I
Oh, yeah,
remember
it's not
cheaper
exactly
gas a few
convenient.
years ago. Actually,
And
when
then on here, it
the-
does have the two
the
different
virus
circulating
stuff
and the
hit,
gradient. Which one
I
are you
filled
using?
up at one point at $1.39 a gallon.
But if I was an oil
So I'm
company,
gonna
would I,
take-
if I
you see
really
on your
thought
bid
that the
sheet,
government was
it's got
going to shut down fossil
The two
fuels,
different part,
would
you're
I
Oh,
be
yeah.
spending
circulating and
millions
radiant
to,
and taking the radiant out.
to
So
bring
it's
on
just-
more?
Well, of course, it's impossible for them to, because there's so many things that are gonna need it no matter what. But companies like Chevron are heavily invested in green energy now.
Yeah, they're telling them to back off on that now and do more on the oil.
Isn't that, well, I also heard today that our oil reserves are at the lowest they've been in 30 years.
Oh, they are, and so if we get a hurricane, get ready for a big hiccup.
316th Lane.
Oh, jeez.
So we got just a
Northwest.
few
Few
minutes
minutes.
left. So don't forget about DJs for your 97% furnace. And to give you an idea, heat pumps, air source heat pumps are gonna get rebates now too. I ain't got all the full details.
Now, are heat pumps big in Minnesota because it gets so cold?
No, they're big in Minnesota.
Are they?
And they're gonna be bigger as the energy savings
Yes.
gets to get there.
Yes, correct.
Meaning because when energy
That
costs
way,
go
if you
up,
call
there's
them
more to
over
save.
the phone, I'll
Well,
have
and that's what we're about.
And now you can get, I believe it's up to $8,000 on a heat pump depending on the system. So,
$8,000,
yeah,
I'll reach out
which
to
is probably
you.
only worth about $5,000.
Well, it's worth $8,000 today though.
Right now it is.
So,
Right now.
If it is
Okay,
fair,
well,
I
we
want
want to
your
remind
call
you, we gave you the phone number earlier,
Okay.
763-497-2661, 763-497-2661. Give a call to DJs. Or you can find us online at djscompanies.com, djscompanies.com, and you can see any of the stuff we've talked about. Or you can get to my YouTube channel, The Turbine Guy.
There you
and watch
be.
it all too.
Watch it all.
You know what I posted yesterday?
Go ahead.
A 9/11 ceremony from down Matlacha,
No,
where a friend of my wife gave a little 5-minute speech, and he was there shortly after helping with the cleanup.
yeah, no, let's don't forget those days. Let's don't let it happen again.
Yep, and are we ready to wrap up, Joe, or could I keep babbling?
You're the rapper, bud.
Come on, where's my music if I'm gonna be rapping, huh? All right, well, we're here every Tuesday at 3:30, and it's all about the green. We're at DJ's Energy Store. We're on Highway 25, halfway between the freeway and the river, and we'll be here next week and every week thereafter. See y'all later. Should have said Turbine Guy.
Look at that, he's going right over the music.
Should have said Turbine Guy signing off.
Your ears get warm with the muffler.
There you go, folks. How's that for a fun
Well,
one?
now you can say it.
Now, that last episode we had was fun. I watched part of it again. It was, I retitled it, instead of It's All About the Green, whatever, but we had such a fun conversation
He
about
takes the
fuel
title away.
prices. No,
Do
I
you think you got ownership of everything here?
I
Well,
have.
there's
Just takes over
YouTube
the
he does.
microphone.
No, that's
He's
my
got-
YouTube channel.
Well,
See, this is called the After Whatever people.
well, see.
Is your wife in Florida?
Screwing it
Yes,
up.
she is.
Smart.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's hot down there.
Oh, yeah, but it's just the way.
It's a wave of the future. Everyone going to Florida?
Well, it seems that way.
We're on.
All right, folks. I think we're gonna shut her off. We'll see y'all later.
And then the YouTube guys sign off.
Turbine guy.
Yeah, you better say it.
Turbine guy signing off.
There he goes. We finally got it in.
Gotta say that.